I'm looking at about 50,000 Bitcoins.
Bitcoin?
In Bitcoin. That puts it in at around 13 and change.
But you want to pay in Bitcoin?
Yeah.
You sent us an offer in Bitcoin? I'll be totally honest with you, Ryan. That's not even the biggest problem.
Okay.
This offer's $1 million below ask.
At the end of the day, you just have to look at gross value. We're asking $14 million for a 2-bedroom apartment.
So you can take something away from this video here. This was back in the day where 50,000 Bitcoin was around $13 million. They turned this deal down. Present day, this is about $3.25 billion. That would have been a pretty good real estate transaction. 50,000 Bitcoin. So what do you take away from this? Hold on for dear life. And with that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you. Another cryptocurrency video. We're getting straight into it. We got a lot going on. Look at MicroStrategy first. Shout out to Chris Nillis. What he's showing you is April 23rd, Bitcoin was 66,000. MicroStrategy was $133. About a month later, Bitcoin was $66. MicroStrategy was $144. About a month later, Bitcoin was 66,000. MicroStrategy was $150. A little over a month later, 66,000, $160. Are you seeing the trend? Every time Bitcoin goes back down to a certain price point, MicroStrategy is just continuously getting bigger. Do you understand this? And Bitcoin Bros did some math for you. Look at MicroStrategy on September 3rd, 2024. The close price was around $122.32. And then you're looking about a little over 3 weeks later, 24 days to be exact, on the 27th of September, you're looking at a close price of $176.22. That's a 44% increase. Let's look at Bitcoin during that same time frame. September 3rd, the price was $57,000. September 27th, the price was $65,790, which is a 14.556% increase. So when you're looking at MicroStrategy versus Bitcoin, you got a 44% increase compared to a 14.5% increase. So if you take 44.065 and divide it by this number here, MicroStrategy's percent gain outperformed Bitcoin by 3.02x. So fast forward, let's say Bitcoin goes to 95,000. And if the same percent gain stays consistent, current day, once again, Bitcoin 65.7K, target 95,000, that's a 44.4% increase. If MicroStrategy did the same thing, that means you take this 44.4% increase and multiply it by that 3.2x multiplier, which would give MicroStrategy a gain of 134.4% gain, or a 2.34x from where it is right now. So if you take this 2.34x by the current MicroStrategy price, that will give you $413 per MicroStrategy share. And the bigger question is, where will Bitcoin stop? That's 95,000. What if Bitcoin goes to 195,000? MicroStrategy is going to continue to outpace. Before we continue, make sure you go ahead and check us out at Bitcoin Bros 101. We have some learning material we made just for you. If you're just getting started with crypto, this is the book right here for you. The Crypto Millionaire, Getting Started with Bitcoin and Crypto's Ultimate Beginner's Guide. If you want to get into the technical analysis, we also have the Crypto Millionaire Technical Analysis 101. Instant downloads. You don't got to wait. Check them out right here, www.bitcoinbros101.com. Continuing from Game of Trades, he's showing Bitcoin versus the S&P. There's a divergence that's happening, but every time this divergence happens, what happens to the Bitcoin price chart? So you see the Bitcoin price is the white line here, S&P is the red line. So as S&P rallies, Bitcoin might trade sideways, then follow. Rallies actually traded down and then rallied a bit before the pandemic dump. Look at the S&P rallied, Bitcoin was on a downtrend, then followed. Rallied, sideways, then rallied. And look at S&P rallied, Bitcoin's been trading sort of down and to the right. And then if this is any indication of what's going to happen, a rally should be on the way. And the real plan C is showing you its power law quantile regression channel. And look at this chart here. Every 4-year cycle, you see Bitcoin comes up and tests this red line. Happened back in the 2013 run, the 2017 run. It fell short in 2021. Was this because of some FUD in the markets? Was there some manipulation? But if we do come back up to this line by the end of 2025, you're looking around a $343,000 Bitcoin. And look, at the current time it's recording, Bitcoin's coming in at 65.39K. And what do we see? What do we anticipate? So we see this step ladder. You see over in the 2020-2021 rally, we had that 1, 2, 3 blow off top. Well, look at right now we're in channel 2. 1, 2, waiting for that third leg up. Look at the confluence here in the charts. So when we look at the 2020 halving, we had a rally before, then we fell into the 2020 halving, and then we had a rip to the upside, and then that second bounce was that peak. So look at, here's our rally before, and we actually rallied continuously into the halving. So this area right here could be equivalent to this area right here, the 2 level, once again. And we had this cool off. This area here is a lot longer than this area right here. A lot more days in this sideways channel. So all we're doing is waiting to see this rip back up to the upside. We could put in a higher low, and that could be the ultimate peak before we ultimately go into the bear market. But looking at the LMACD, one thing we see is we still haven't came up to this peak as well. If we extend this to the left and look back at earlier cycles, we see we touched this once, twice, 3, 4 times perfectly. And right now, if we zoom in and make this a little bit bigger, we can see that the blue line is curling back up. And once this blue line comes back up towards this orange line, that will be a definite sell indicator. Titans of Crypto showing you this right here. Every time we see this bullish crossover, we have a rally. Bullish crossover, rally. How high could we go? Over that 100K mark, most definitely. And alt season is almost here. Coming from Up Crypto Prof, when Bitcoin dominance bottomed in 2018, it took 761 days for it to break the uptrend, which after in 2020 and 2021, we saw a legendary alt cycle. But look right here, 761, alt season. Look where we are right now, almost at 761. If history repeats itself, then the altcoin season will begin in October. And Bitcoin's price chart, we see this cup and handle pattern. We've showed you this on the charts. This technical target takes you up to 110,000. Once again, 110,000 is in the threshold, is on the cards. We've showed you this on charts before, and this is something to definitely pay attention to, because this channel, if we fall out of this channel, we could come back down and put a lower high in. So we could get rejected temporarily, and this could discourage a lot of people. But if we look back into the charts, we get out our horizontal ray and we put a line right here around the $60,000 threshold and look back, look right here. We hit our head perfectly. So we would basically just be retesting that, making a higher low before ultimately coming up and blasting through this downtrend. Now, could this happen this week, or could we fall back down to this line before retesting? You have to pay attention to all these things because nothing's guaranteed. Some major news that could be happening this week: FTX creditors, they're only getting 10 to 25% of their crypto back, but it's better than nothing. So there will be some money getting poured back into the system. These people will most likely be pouring their money back into the crypto space. Don't forget this. This is the importance about Bitcoin and crypto, specifically Bitcoin. Look back in 2010. $5 in 2010 bought you all these groceries, and 1 Bitcoin also bought you a lot of groceries. In 2021, $5 bought you half the amount of groceries, but 1 Bitcoin bought you a nice sports car. And then look in 2030, $5 will buy you no groceries, but 1 Bitcoin will buy you a house. So you get the trend, like Bitcoin is the fastest horse in the race. You won't get caught holding a bag of fiat. Before you leave, once again, check us out at bitcoinbros101.com. Check out these books. These books are great reads for you to help get started on your crypto journey and also get into the charts and get a little bit better on your technical analysis. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate each and every single one of you. With that, that's all I have for you, and I'm out.